Hey y'all, and welcome to the Max Life. I'm going to turn this camera around and give you a glimpse at the disaster that I have right in front of me. It is for good reason, but yeah, disaster to say the least. This is a disaster, a sea of food to say the least. I'm going to try to squeeze into this area and kind of show y'all what is going on in here. This is our prepping area that we've tried to kind of establish. Y'all, if y'all been watching us, y'all have heard us talk about our preppers area, and this is it. So you kind of see a little bit of everything right now. This is what we're doing. You guys know that we've kind of had stuff here and there everywhere. Some of the places, like upstairs, we've shown you some of the stuff. So sadly, for our safety, we cannot show you guys everything. But one of the things I did want to show y'all is this. So you can't just have all this stuff overnight. And a lot of people see our buckets of food, our Mylar bags of food, and they think, oh, I can just have that in no time. Now, this has been years worth of work in the making. And you see, this is 23 right here. So organic wheat right here, this is 23. This one is 22. So what I'm kind of in the process of doing now is pulling my older stuff up and kind of getting more organized. Like this right here, this was all-purpose organic flour from August of 22. So this is 2 years old, but it doesn't happen overnight. And the key really is to not get caught up in trying to do this all overnight. It can get overwhelming. It's much too expensive, but a little bit at a time goes such a long ways. And that's what we've been trying to preach to you guys for so long. Picking up maybe one extra container of flour when you go to the grocery store. Maybe skip out on the fast food that night, eat a sandwich instead, and buy another pack of flour to put up in your pantry area, your preppers area, whatever you guys have. That has really been, I feel like, the key to this. Slowly over time, if I order something for Azure, I'm just saying that because I have Azure right here. This is a coconut, 5 gallon of coconut. I've talked to y'all about buying in bulk. For us, it's cheaper because our family is so big to buy in bulk than it is just to buy little containers that we would go through much too fast. So for me, it's easier to just buy in bulk and have those things so I don't run out as easy. And if you look at it, price per ounce is actually cheaper. So it's more expensive up front, but it's cheaper in the long run if you guys can do that. Now, my job and my goal today is really to just come through and all of this, just kind of go through and sort and find out what I need closer to me. I'm going to have flour areas. I'm going to have rice areas. I'm going to have oats and polenta areas. So I'm trying to kind of sort through. I have some other freeze dry stuff that is like random stuff. Like this is random corn. This is actually, again, from 22. This is onion from 22. So this must be I have a little bit of 23 stuff over here. This is peppers that I freeze dried in 23. I also have eggs from 22, if you guys see that. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Don't look at this and be like, oh my gosh. Yes, it is a lot. Number one, we have a really big family. And number two, I've already told y'all, we've been doing this for a really long time. So when you see tons of jars of water glass eggs and you say, oh, I don't have enough eggs. Y'all remember, this is a year's worth of eggs that I have already put back. Not to mention, I did it the year before as well. So I'm talking years that I have piled up, taking extra things from week to week and put back. So yes, it does add up. And you should be doing that too if you're not, just in case of emergencies. Now, I have a couple of years worth of food put back for my family that I have slowly been doing over time. You may not want to do that long. You may want to do 6 months. You may just want to do a year's worth of food. And remember, you want to have more than enough for accidents, for any type of bug issues, for other family and friends as well. So the more extra that you can take and put back, really of course, the better off you are. But that's what we're doing today. And as I already told you guys, this is some of the stuff you see, but we won't show you everything, and that is just for our safety. So we have other types of food put in other places that you guys will not ever see and that we do not show anybody else. So that is just a safety mechanism and feature for our family. And guys, remember too, if you show your family and friends these type things, always make sure you don't put all your eggs in one basket, just because it's not very smart. So if you have a stash, take from that stash and set at least a week or two's portion back in a different area that no one else can find or get to, for your protection as well. So one of the things I'm about to kick off, and it's probably going to take me a little while, is continue to sort through this. Like I told you, I'm trying to do areas. I have areas of flour, I have areas of honey, apple cider vinegar, and oil, coconut oil. Then I'm going to be setting off rice. I have rice here, oats here, grits here. So I'm trying to partition off areas where assorted food will go, and then certain foods will go. I think that will be easier, or at least it is in my mind, to be able to come in and have areas set aside for certain things. So this was the big bam to the prepper's room, is finishing getting everything from the attic, upstairs, and different places that I've had it. Like I've shown you our prepper's pantry, that the smaller one that I had, that is now like my everyday kitchen pantry. So this area is what I'm going to be working on today. Is what we've been geared up for. We've actually been working on having this area for quite some time now, but we are just now being able to make those things happen and things fall into place. So you guys see that 2 years at least, I have not found anything from 20 or 21, but I've probably already used all of that stuff. But I am finding some 22 and 23 things, so I'm going to pull those to the front. I've already told you about those. Use those, and as I begin to put back, label those 24 and start putting those back as well. So this is an area I'm going to continue to work on for a little while and kind of get this situated out in here. Guys, I cannot wait to show y'all the final result of how we have it all sorted out. It is going to be pretty cool, but more than anything, I encourage you guys to really think about adding 1 or 2 items, food related or hygiene related, that you guys can take and add to your supplies a week at a time, and say, I'm going to cut out extra Amazon spending, extra shopping, extra fast food, all of those things that are really not needs, they're more wants. Cut those things out. Focus on, from time to time, getting those extra things and being able to put those up. And you will also be able to prep much like this. You might not need a whole room for it, but kind of similar to what we're doing here at the Max. Our stuff is done. This is something new though that I haven't ever done, that I've always wanted to do, I just haven't done it. So I got a half-gallon jar, and the apples that you saw us cut up, I put right over into the jar, and I sealed the lid. So Colby got this electronic seal. It's not a vacuum seal, like I guess for some reason in my mind I had that it was gonna like vacuum seal, but I never could figure out how it was gonna do that. But so it doesn't vacuum the air out, but it does seal it off, which is pretty cool, that I literally just put them in there. I'm going to show you guys how it works in a minute. And we're not affiliated with this or anything, but I thought that was pretty cool that I put them in there and sealed the jar completely off. So this is going to go over in my pantry. I'm doing the peppers now. Ooh, I didn't want to mix the cayennes in there though. This is my first year growing cayennes, and I have enjoyed that. But we're going to pack the peppers over in there, and I hope I can fill this jar up with these. And then I'm going to show y'all a pretty cool way to seal off these jars.
She's just eating all the watermelon. Don't eat all my watermelon.
So it has 2 different options. This is the regular and this is the wide. And it's It's the same principle as sealing off anything. Of course, you want to make sure this is clean. You want to make sure your lid is clean. So I'm going to line that up. And it is pretty cool, y'all. This just slips right on. And then I'm going to turn it on. And I gave it 70 seconds a while ago. And it sealed those apples. It doesn't like feel like it's hot, so I don't know how it actually seals it. But you would think that it would need to get hot. What do you think?
Being a dry seal, I don't know if it needs to get hot. Look at your sealer when you're doing meat. It seals it off, but it doesn't have to actually get hot.
But I wonder how it gets that wax sealed onto that, because I've always done cannon.
It's magic.
I've always done cannon, and the heat is what causes the wax ring to seal to the jar. So I don't know. I don't know the technology behind it. Don't pop that off, dude. That's sealed. So yeah, I don't know the technology behind it. That kind of stuff always interests me, though. All right, it's on 72, 73, 74, 75. And then it literally just comes right off. And it's sealed, like it's sealed down. It's not coming off. That's pretty cool to me. I mean, some of y'all may have had one, and I might be way overplaying this. I'm sure I am. But I think that's pretty cool. I've just never sealed jars like that, so I think that's really, really cool.
Wait, so why are you doing peppers? You don't
Just to
mind?
put in the pantry. Happy homesteading, y'all.